You need to be able to see you. So I'm stopping sharing. We're going to be starting in just a minute. Move in.
Okay, can you hear me? Can everybody hear me?
Yay. Melanie, please
Yes.
move in.
Forward?
Yeah, forward.
So I can move. So people can see me?
So people can see you.
On the camera. Can you move the camera a little bit? People are gonna.
Not easily.
All right, is that okay?
Actually, standing, Kathy can be seen, but you can't. We should have put a mark on the floor. Keep it coming. You're almost there. You're almost there.
Running out of cord.
Nope, you should have long cord. There you go. There you go. There you go.
Gosh.
Everyone can hear you.
Okay. All right. I'm short.
Hold on for just a minute. Sound speaker on online. Yuko, can you hear us still?
Can everybody hear me?
Yes,
Thank
I
you.
hear very clearly.
Yay. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Welcome everybody to our visioning meeting of 2025. Woo, woo, woo. And some of you haven't, but if you've done this before, we're going to do things a little differently again this year. I hope everybody was able to fill out the survey that we sent. And if you weren't able to fill it out, then you can at least give us your thoughts here tonight, and we will be able to mark them down. We are going to do a little mini breakout session with people so that we can get like-minded and like people together who want to work on the same things and kind of get started on things. Just kind of cool, because we've always come up with these amazing ideas at this meeting, and then it all kind of peters out and no one does anything. So we want to try to avoid that this year. So I'm Melanie Dittler. I'm the current chair of the neighborhood association. We will be getting a new chair shortly, so I am not the be-all end-all anymore. Yay! I'm already involved in everything else, so I guess other than that, what is the next?
We're introducing the back committees and working groups.
Okay, perfect.
All right.
So who's doing that? Is that me?
Nope.
No.
Every person that's in the room that has given me a slide will stand up.
Okay.
And introduce yourself. And these are in order of the alphabet. And at the end, I just got tired and threw up slides. So, so the first is Adopt a Block. Who's our Adopt a Block? Woo! Yeah. Over here, bring it into the speaker.
Get the mic.
I'm Kathy Orton, and I am the Adopt a Block person. We've been doing it since 2015. You might see some of these on your neighbor's windows. It's optional. Some people want them, some people don't. But we have 50 adopters right now who make a commitment of once a month, going around picking up litter on their chosen blocks, helping if we do a group project, or just kind of being eyes on the street. So I have my map with me. If you are interested, we've got 50 currents. We have 3 pendings. So that's good.
Yay.
Thank you.
Nice. Awesome. All right. Next, BCAT. Woo!
All right.
Brooklyn Climate Action Team.
Hello, everybody. I'm Young, and I'm on the committee of the Brooklyn Climate Action Team. I wanted to share with you a few things that we feel really good about that we've accomplished in the last couple of years, which is about how long we've been around. One, I'm going to read them because I bet people in the back can't see that far. So, number one, we're really proud that just recently, within the last couple of months, we reached over 100 neighbors who are also concerned about the climate crisis. And each month we send out a newsletter that gives you some like a 5-minute action you can do, because we understand everybody's so busy, but we also want you to feel empowered to be working towards things, because that's how things change. So that's one of the things that we are very proud about. Number two, because we value local and sustainably grown food, we assisted our neighborhood co-op grocery, which, by the way, the Caesar salad is from tonight. Please go have some. It's delicious. It's not vegan, but so you know. So we helped them move to a new location and getting established there. And the third thing that we are really proud of is we led efforts to educate our neighborhood about the dangers of methane, which, of course, you probably know is what we call natural gas. And that helped pass a resolution stating that our neighborhood really supports the use of electric instead of more gas in the new buildings that go in our neighborhood. So these are some highlights of our work in the last couple years. Yay! In 2025, we have many ideas, but here are 4 that we're very excited about. One is to find ways for neighbors to get to know each other and help each other out. It's also, this concept is known as mutual aid. That's kind of the fancy word, but basically it means, yeah, let's get to know your neighbors, because the reality is that with climate crisis, we're going to just have more and more things happening. And why not get to know your neighbors so that you can help each other out and you have somebody to turn to, so we can, help each other out. Number 2, promoting of sharing of plants, fruits, herbs, trees. We want to make, did everybody know that Brooklyn used to be an apple orchard?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just love that idea. And I would love for us to keep planting things, especially things that we can eat and share. So that's another big project that we're looking forward to. Number 3, making our neighborhood more walkable and bikeable. That would be really awesome to keep doing that. And we have folks who really are interested. So that's a third thing. And then finally, we want to continue supporting the co-op and find ways to make it more accessible to more neighbors. So that's another project. So when we go into breakout sessions, myself and Katie will be available to talk with people who want to be more involved with climate action.
All right. Okay, up next. Wow, that can't read that one very well. Brooklyn land use. It looks great for the people online. It's looking great for them. Yeah.
I'm Steve Metzger. I'm the chairman of
Doing all this
Land Use
stuff,
and Transportation Committee. Well, we've been busy the last year. The thing we've been focusing on is trying to reconnect Brooklyn to the Willamette River through the Ross Island Sand and Gravel Pond. This is something we thought was going to take 10, 12 years, but with the collapse of the Pamplin Empire and the forced sale of some of this property, it's moving very quickly now. And so if you want to get involved in that, you're quite welcome to join the Land Use and Conservation Transportation. We've been working with other neighborhoods to do this. We've worked with quite a few other groups in Portland, like Human Access Project, Oregon Walks. We've worked a lot with Representative Nassau In fact, we made a legislative proposal for this session where we're gonna get basically compel ODOT to put in a crosswalk at Center Street to get us over to the Ross Island Sand and Gravel property. The Parks Department hasn't confirmed this yet, but they're working actively on purchasing that land. And currently now they have a lease on that property that where they're using it as a truck storage and maintenance facility. But they also have first right of refusal, meaning they get to buy it first, it goes up for sale. And where the money's gonna come from, there is money available, even though what you've heard about the $100 million missing, there's $150 million in system development charges, fees that are budgeted for park purchase. And that is available, and there's money from the Metro bond money, which is shared with the city. So this can happen, it's not impossible. Our philosophy on this committee is kind of putting pressure where we see pressure is needed. You know, we write letters, we make phone calls, we make connections, we ask other people to do the same thing. And so far we've been pretty successful. So if you want to get involved, you're welcome to. We won't focus entirely on that. We're gonna start looking at zoning on 17th Street. And right now that's all that's industrial. And it's an area that we think should be residential, mixed commercial. And so we're gonna just see about changing some of that zoning in the future.
All right. Ninth Street overpass, where Stephen is the other guy. And that's, he just is the guy. Yes, it is.
So, but this is a group of people who just like to put their hands in the dirt.
Yeah.
We actually, a couple of years ago, we got stewardship of that property around the 9th Avenue overpass, so that that land it's an ODOT bridge, but PBOT owns or has ownership of the property, and so PBOT granted us stewardship, which means we're taking care of it, and they can take it away if they want. But so far, they're pretty happy with what we've done with it. They have helped us too. The Parks Department came in and cleared out 12-foot high bushes of blackberries, and we put down bark dust, and we've been keeping the weeds down, hoping to plant some wildflowers. If you've gone over the bridge last year, you might have noticed a small patch of wildflowers there. That was put in last year, and it's doing quite well. Now we want to go off and do the rest of that area. It does take some maintenance. A lot of weed seeds in there that need to be pulled up over time. So we always need help with that too.
All right. CCC, who's speaking up for this? Oh, there's Cheryl. Okay, all right.
Hello, online. I don't know who you are online, but I'm Cheryl. Nice to meet you. There's probably some people here that kind of, so I'm Cheryl. So there. Anyhow, I just wanted to say in 2024 we kind of helped firm and did the usual stuff. So we had our second annual movie night, and we're about to have our third annual movie night. And this year it's Dirty Dancing. It's February 12th. It's at the Aladdin. Probably almost every table should have like a little thing. You can use your QR code, your phone. You can buy your tickets tonight before you leave. We did a scavenger hunt extravaganza. October, September walks. We did the Soho pub crawl. We do the historical walking tour that includes the Paulson House. We did the marathon cheer challenge last year, and we hosted several new neighbor get-togethers. So those are for new neighbors and for old neighbors that want to get to meet new neighbors. So In 2025, we're gonna continue to do the same kind of fun, have the bar crawl, we're gonna do step timber. I wrote September, so it's step timber, sorry about that. We're gonna have the extravaganza, which is the egg hunt. And we'll be also, other events to be named in the future. I already talked about movie night. And then I'm going to let Ashley come up here. Ashley will tell you about last year she came up and said, I'd really like to have a music event. And I was like, everybody's been saying they want one for years, come on. And she's the only one that's been able to come on and kind of organize a whole group, and she's gonna talk about that. We're hoping to definitely have some live music at the Celebrate Summer Picnic, which is in August. It's gonna take place, it's gonna take place instead of the movie in the park. So, yeah. All right, Ashley.
Hey everybody, I'm Ashley. Good to meet and see all of you. So yeah, Cheryl just recapped quite a bit of activities. It's a pretty active group, almost monthly. There's something exciting going on. This is actually not my original idea, but I did love it, so I was excited to help bring it forward. But essentially what we thought about was there's a lot of wonderful talent within our neighborhood and within the surrounding neighborhoods, and to give people a chance to come together for community and connection, and then to hear the talents of the people that we live by. I think that's a really wonderful opportunity. So we've been meeting with prospective venues to get a sense of what would the scope be and what do we want to do for that. We've got a couple of irons in the works right now, and then we'll be keeping you all posted. In the meantime, we've had a couple of planning sessions. Dandelion's here, a couple others have been helping us as well. And so we've been talking through, like, what would this look like? What are the functions that we need to do to plan for it? What kind of musicians do we want to bring in? What are those different pieces and components of it? Once we get a little bit farther along, there will be an opportunity for more people to get plugged in, whether it's assisting day of or some of the prep work and things like that. But I think this has a real opportunity to start here and then potentially even get bigger in the years to come, where we can really offer something vibrant, kind of like what Smile does over in the Selwood area. That's a really good, model to kind of aspire to for how they bring everybody together. Thanks.
All right. Okay, this is me.
Go ahead.
Everyone should hear me. I just started this group, and really it's a group of people, like-minded people who want to just come out and help. We do paint graffiti. We've done that once. We need to do it more times, but we also like to street clean. We want to clean up the streets where the neighbors cannot, for whatever reason, clean the leaves from their sidewalks and people slip. And so we want to clean that up. We've done that 2 weekends now. My husband and I, that guy right there, stand up, David, stand up. There's the guy. Everybody knows David. Everybody knows David. We just sludge all the stuff, and we do kind of try to, because it's really good dirt, by the way, because it's basically just a lot of natural stuff. So, we just spread it across the little eaves there, or the medians there. But really, it's just a great little group of people who just want to come out and help. So that's me. Thank you. And I'll be here, of course. All right. There you go. Wow. Okay, the Brooklyn Community Garden. Constantino.
Good evening. My name is Constantino. I am the Brooklyn Community Garden Manager, and also as a member here in the Brooklyn Action Corps. It is an honor to stand here as the garden manager of the Brooklyn Community Garden and working with those amazing colleagues here and do this kind of job. And reflecting on the incredible years we have had in Brooklyn Community Garden, 2004 was a year of transformation, progress, and community building for the Brooklyn Community Garden. And none of it would have been possible without the hard work and dedication of our members, volunteers, and supporters. The past year, we focused on revitalizing the garden, cleaning and organizing plots, improving infrastructure, and bringing a renewed sense of collaboration among our gardeners. Together, we have turned the garden into more than just a place to grow vegetables. We have made it a vibrant community hub. Our shared achievement have created a space where people of all backgrounds can connect, learn, and thrive. But as we look ahead to 2025, I'm even more inspired by what we have planned. We are embarking on exciting new projects that will change the garden for years to come. These include building a retrain wall to stabilize and improve the garden structure, creating wood chips and soil store boxes to keep our resources organized and accessible, restoring and upgrade the sitting area, making the area in the garden a more welcome space for gardeners, gardening, and reflection upon all the citizens and upon all the members in Brooklyn. Adding a natural benches, offering the perfect spot to enjoy our breathtaking view of the Willamette River, Portland's icon bridges, and our city sky. Establish donation food boxes so we can give back to our broad community by sharing fresh product with local food banks and neighbors if needed. These projects represent more than just physical changes. They reflect our commitment to growth, sustainability, and collaboration. They are a testament to what we can achieve when we come together as one community, united by shared purpose. I would like to take a moment to thank each of every one of you who had commitment, contribute to the garden's success. Thank you, Tasha. Where through your time, skills, or generosity, your effort had made the Brooklyn Community Garden a place we can all be proud of. As we move forward, I encourage everyone to get involved, wherever you can lead a hand with a project, offer your experience, expertise, or simply support us with words or encouragement. Every contribution matters. Together, we are not just growing plants or just owning a garden. We are growing connection, creativity, and strong community. Let's make 2025 a year to remember. Thank you, and I look forward to continue this journey with all of you.
Problem solvers. Who's gonna speak to us that? All right.
Okay. So, Problem Solvers Group is a group that is it's provided by the city through PMO, which is the yeah, what he said. And I attend the Problem Solvers meetings as well as Kirsten. And what we do is we have usually there's a member of the police on there. There's usually a graffiti person on there. There's usually a trash and like rid person on there. There's sometimes there's people from the mayor's office and other different organizations within the city. And this is where we basically go and we say, hey, there's been a street sign that's been on the ground for a month and no one's picking it up. And can you do something about it, right? This is where we say, you know, there's been an RV parked in front of my house for 3 weeks and I need someone to address it. All those kinds of things, and reporting things. It's where we can, it doesn't replace the regular reporting system that the city has, but it's for things that have not been addressed that need a little bit extra nudge for them to be addressed, essentially. So, so I'm the one that you can contact with any issues that you have in the neighborhood, and then I will then share those, or Kirsten, and we will share those with the city and with the appropriate departments to get things done. So that's what the Problem Solvers Group is. And, and actually on Friday, we're gonna be, hopefully talking to our city council members to try to fight to not let them cut their budget, because they are talking about cutting that budget pretty drastically. And, you know, that would be really sad to not have that resource to be able to go to, because it really is a successful program in the city of Portland. Yes.
So the garbage cans you see, the new ones in the neighborhood are because of Melanie pushing for it and
Yeah.
feeding the lighting.
Yeah.
That makes us all feel super safe in front of the restaurants down by Hall. That's because of some movement in that
Right.
committee. The lighting, the garbage cans,
So we also put together the Great Powell Cleanup last year, which was a huge success. We also did, they help us keep an eye on that 17th Street underpass where Powell comes under the train bridge. Pretty infamous for having issues. I will tell you, 9th and Center, our little camp in that little woods back there is way better today than it ever has been. So
Marguerite, she just agreed because she said in the first
yeah,
and she is going to investigate putting in parking over night signs along
Oh, yeah.
the street, which I think would help.
yeah,
But ultimately,
right, yeah. So anyways, they are a great resource, and like I said, we'll be trying to keep them around as long as we possibly can, so that they don't get completely cut.
All right, thank you. Okay, so that should conclude the teams. So now we need to talk about the survey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Myung, would you like to take this part over?
Sure, well, and
What,
how many of you have, well, maybe actually, who has not seen this survey?
or taken
Oh, we're taking it. Okay, so a good number of you. Okay. So we had, actually the latest response was 30 responses. And the purple is where we live or who lives here. There's nobody who just works here. And the yellow is live and work. So you can see the percentages. And then this kind of outlines, and by the way, I think we should just go ahead and leave the survey up, so we can, so go ahead and give your feedback. We primarily gave the deadline so that we could know how much food to order and to expect, but we'll leave it up longer so you can add your voice if you haven't yet. But these are some of the responses for example, neighborhood music festival. Do you want me to go through all of these? Or do you want to talk about your neighbors?
They're hard to read. I would read them
Okay,
out.
okay.
Yeah, I would
Okay,
read them out.
and just if you, and then you can see, but well, I'll say it out loud. So neighborhood music festival, 5 people showed interest, 2024 survey ideas, where some of them were like Halloween parades, etc. 5 people, ongoing activities such as the ice cream social, neighborhood cleanup, 17. So you can see what a lot of people are very interested in. And then Pride event, 1 person, Earth Day festival was suggested, 1 person, land use, political way finding, long range planning, 1 person. Okay, and that was all around the kind of the increasing neighborhood safety. So 8. Okay, next slide.
No, this is, yeah, increasing safety is 8 responses, and 7 of those wanted the lighting at max and the safety there, so that makes sense. Sidewalk repair was interesting because one person said this, but I think more people need to take this because this is kind of important as to, like you just heard, there's a lot of groups, right, already working on some of these things. So I think a lot of this was just really trying to understand what everyone was interested in and then where we could, use for our group. So this is land use and transportation. And the two big ones, what does that say? Better road signage, more bike and walkable dog park access. And I think there's at least 3 of our work teams that you just heard are working on that. We got transportation, we got BCAT, and we've got Citizens Out Loud. So you've got lots of places to join if you want to help with that, because that for sure is something that we have paid a lot of attention on.
We paid well, Gabe.
Yeah, that's never gonna happen.
It's never gonna happen.
Unfortunately.
Right.
Well, all we need is $3 billion.
Yeah.
Well, and everybody who lives in Brooklyn to say that's their top priority. That's
Right.
probably-
Yeah.
But yeah.
I wasn't sure what this one was. Address the TriMet lot on Southeast Holgate and Southeast 17th. What was that?
I can have a little program.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Give it
yeah, come on up.
You're doing great, so I'll let you keep.
Young's like, I'm done.
This is not a formal opinion, this is an opinion of the neighbors who live over in that space. That's a lot that's not activated, that's a space that was promised to have potential things developed and how it would benefit the neighborhood, have a combination of residential, retail, all the different things that we wanted to see in the community, but instead it's been a construction station site for several years, and now it's nothing. And so we want to see that space activated to better serve everybody, to be a better service to the TriMet employees who may still be working across the street, and then obviously to help overcome some of the chronic issues that we continue to face in that space in the interim. And so whether it's short-term solutions or long-term, that's the idea of not letting it just sit there and do nothing and just be a problem.
Okay, thank you.
And part of that is zoning issues on 17th that you touched on. Because the things that would be best there, you can't do there. So because of the zoning. So that's why we need to address the zoning.
Yeah, and Stephen, you mentioned 17 as one of the next things we need to look at, to really try to activate our neighborhood, to get something going there.
Wes?
I think, Professor, you corrected me a little bit. We were told by TriMet that they really control the zoning in that area, but we should not worry about zoning system and stuff.
Ah,
Interesting.
For some reason, they have authority over that.
I think there is a motivation within the city to address the housing shortage, and so that might prove a viable path for us to have it designated in a different way.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think we should be afraid that the zoning is TriMet is the decision maker on that.
that's good.
Yeah.
We'll talk
Move
more
on
of that when we
Yep.
do the breakout groups.
Yep.
For sure. And
Yep.
it might be the breakout group with Stephen. We'll
Yep.
see.
Yep.
Okay, wayfinding signage, that was out there because we actually have that coming. It was part of the PMO help, and it's the wayfinding signs that you see in downtown will tell you how to get to the Max, how to get to the Aladdin from the Max, things like that. And then, of course, access to the river. It says one person here, but I think that everyone here would appreciate that.
Yeah.
And that's why it's been on Stephen's list for years. All right, next, climate justice. This one, the mutual aid among neighbors was the largest getter here. And I actually had to do some looking up exactly what that meant. So if you're interested in this is more of a help your neighbor and then get help from a neighbor. Kind of more of a community reaching out. And that is, and the next one is the fruit and veggie plant herb share. I think we have 2 that want to do that. We've got the garden and we've got BCAT.
Right.
So there's a couple different groups coming at it for different ways. And so you can pick your, pick your poison, I guess,
Yeah.
whichever group you want to be part of. I think they don't meet on the same day.
Yeah. Yeah, they should coordinate. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Work
All right.
together.
And then, planters along Milwaukee, identify trees in the, by the way, this is actually out there, identifying all the trees. Somebody did it. It's a map. It was, distributed last year. If anybody's interested in it, maybe I still have it. But in any case, yeah, and then, of course,
Increase
BCAT
the
is
BCAT.
always, looking for more people to, be focused on, the climate change, which is a huge issue that affects everyone here. So getting things, though, such a large issue that BCAT's focusing on things that we can do as a community. So it's not this huge thing that's just out there that's gonna clobber us. It's like, well, what can we do? How can we help within our neighbors?
Both might be true.
Yeah,
It may clobber us, but.
Yeah,
we can also all
yeah.
help each other.
That's right. Community building, cleanup and beautification. Are you kidding me? Everyone wants to do that. There's at least 3 groups that you can join that will help with that.
Yeah.
I think, once you start something, and this is what I found when I started doing the cleaning up of sidewalks. Once you start it, everyone's like, wow, I'll help with that. Great. It makes, what is it? Many hands make light work.
Mhm.
And
maybe eventually we can get coordinated around the fall for a leaf day again. We tried that a couple years ago and it kind of bombed, but getting, a large group of people to come together on a Saturday or something and clean up 16th, clean up 9th, clean up all, we
it could
have
be
so
any
many big
sidewalk
trees.
at all.
Yeah.
We do have a lot of older neighbors that really cannot get out there and
Right.
shovel things. And so, we do need, more of a, but I think we need more than a day. I think a lot of times we have things for a day. We have a day to clean up. We have a day to do both. Well, how about not have a day? Yes, have a day, but have lots of days.
Yeah.
How about an hour?
Yeah.
1 hour on a Saturday, once a month.
Yeah.
Find something.
Yeah.
So, that kind of a thing. I know that only 6 people said they wanted Brooklyn 97202 shirts. I want one. I came here in 2014. I didn't get the shirt when it was available. I do want one.
Yeah.
So, perhaps that could be something we look into. And then we wear them when we are out in the community.
Yeah.
Because that really kind of identifies us as that working group, as that community that actually cares. All right, so community building, the new back logo, we're still working on that. That's an issue. Become a board member. 2, really? Only 2 people say they want to become a board member. We really need, it's not that hard of a job. I only, got 4 hours of sleep. It doesn't matter. It's just,
We do need more board members though.
Yeah.
Because again, many hands make light work. So it would be wonderful to have more people.
Support neighborhood businesses, yes. These are only 2, but in general, we need to get out there and support our new business. I know we have our newsletter, we have our online newsletter. We're gonna have more ads on the actual printed newsletter because we do want to help these little guys. They start out this job, their shop, and they're putting it into it. We really do need to support, and bring and really help our little small businesses thrive.
Right.
It's nothing sadder than an empty storefront. It's just the worst.
Right.
So, any case, those 2 things, small business day events, and sometimes we have those like mixed in with picnics and things like that. But,
And we have the GBBA.
GBBA. So those are events.
Yes.
All right, so discussion time. That's it.
Go ahead.
Yeah, go
I
ahead.
wanted to say a couple things I forgot. First of all, we want to give great thanks to Bella Pizza. We just gave a discount. And Caesar salad from the Brooklyn Grocery Co-op.
Yes. Yes.
And I wonder, did everybody hear something that they came here for already? Or do we need to consider, because next what we'd like to do is to, break up into work groups. So, yeah.
I just had a question.
Yeah.
You know, we talked about how many great ideas we came up with last year. Did we have any kind of breakdown to like, what was accomplished? Did we, like, how much we did achieve? I know there was, that list was really long, but there was more ice cream.
Yes,
Yeah, yeah.
yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I have the list of what we put last year from Vision 2024. And the thing that caught my attention was our vision from 2023 and 2024 both had local grocery food store, and that was accomplished. I thought that was really cool.
Mhm.
So it was the 3 slides that I sent you independently.
Yeah, no, they were running the whole time
At the
before,
beginning.
at the beginning.
Right there.
So
So this is,
Read it out loud. So those were some of the events, and
Mhm.
then I put the vision, what was listed on our vision from 2024, and you should see there, food, store, grocery. And it was also on our 2023 list. I thought that was so cool.
Mhm.
We did it.
Yeah, I mean, the repaving Milwaukee, safety sidewalks, moving mural from Lowe's, we didn't need to do that.
Mhm.
Thriving grocery store, we did, well, it's kind of thriving, we're trying to make it thriving.
We're working on it.
Yeah, increasing tree canopy and identifying, we actually solved that one, because identifying it is actually still out there, already out there. The Brooklyn banners,
We
are-
did solve that.
we solved it as why it was
As-
gone.
Yeah, well,
Why
but
did
we
it-
solved it. We solved it. We're not gonna have banners, but we're gonna have sign caps.
We're doing this
So
on top of all of our street, not all of them,
Not all of
100
them.
of them.
I think we get, yeah, I think there's 55, I think,
Okay.
signs.
To-
And like 23 or 24 intersections around the neighborhood. We'll have Brooklyn. Yeah, I know a lot of you have seen out in the world of Portland, the Pearl District has them, Irvington has them, a bunch of other places have them, Alphabet District, whatever. So we're gonna have those for Brooklyn.
Yeah, it's
And I'm
look
gonna give a
awesome.
shout out
It's gonna look
to
awesome.
Ashley because she designed the flower that's on it.
Oh,
And the flower is an apple blossom.
oh, very nice.
So,
When are they gonna get installed?
so they have been created. They have been picked up by the city. PBOT now has them in their little cold hands. And we'll see when they start showing up. So if you guys see them, great. But they should start showing up here soon. They'll be getting those installed soon. And that'll be kind of our, our identity sticker around the neighborhoods. We don't have to worry about telephone poles anymore. We don't have to worry about PGE taking them down. So, yeah.
Have we made plans for the last 2, 3, there's at least 2 banners to like take them down so they don't move? We're just gonna leave them up there.
We're just
I
gonna leave
don't
them.
know. I think we would just leave them
Leave
up
'em.
there. Leave
Yeah,
them
leave 'em.
until they
Yep.
wither
Disintegrate.
away and disintegrate. Yeah. Yeah. So anyways, that one's been solved.
Yeah, in
Essentially.
Small Business Day, we did have that barbecue last year. If somebody's luck with that, actually was tended pretty well.
The Best of Brooklyn
Best-
barbecue.
Yes, and so that was an event for all the small businesses.
Mm-hmm.
Pedestrian safety, lots of different groups are working on that.
Mm-hmm.
So, cleaning the sidewalks, keeping everything, safe for people to walk.
Mm-hmm.
Beautification of Brooklyn, I think we have 3 or 4 groups working on that.
Yeah.
Trying to, keep it going. So what was the next slide? Let's see.
Goes back to discussion time.
Yeah.
Yeah, what will be for 2025, yes.
So back to my question, did everybody hear,
Is there anything we missed?
is there anything that you would like to add? Okay, yeah.
Is it, we have a new shirt, we should procure it from the new minority.
Oh, where's that?
No, the one that's over a couple of floors down from that.
Lots of walking around.
Yeah, walking around.
Oh, they, what, they do like screen printing and stuff?
Yeah. Yeah, like a streetwear. Like,
Oh,
where you-
yeah.
There's a barber shop in the back. Sneakers.
Awesome, okay, we need to, feature them in our newsletter. Yeah. So, yeah, we know about it. Great idea.
Yeah, that's actually what I was talking about too, to get to know who's out there and really
Right.
get to know these new neighbors that just pop up.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, if they will work with us on the shirts, they can screen, they like screen,
Designers and.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I met him the other day.
so what's the name of, I'm sorry, I'm typing this in.
Provoke.
Provoke.
Somebody pass that on to the newsletter, please.
Yeah.
It was in the, part of the VA scenes like 2 months ago. Social media. Okay.
Yeah.
Any other? Oh.
Next,
Well, I've lived here for almost 9 years, and this community has gotten much more lively, much more forward-looking than 9 years ago.
Good.
But I think there's something that I'm on the adopt block group, and I get pretty discouraged. Because a lot of landowners do not tell their tenants what's expected of them, if anything.
Mhm.
And a lot of landowners are not doing what's expected of them as landowners, such as making sure their sidewalks are clear.
Mhm.
I can understand that a tenant just doesn't wake up unless the landlord says, would you help me and tell me if there's a problem and that, you know, if you can help me clean it up?
Mhm.
Or the damn landowner should hire someone to do it.
Yeah.
It should not be our job to clean up leaves on the sidewalk, or snow on the sidewalk, or ice on the sidewalk
Mhm.
for landowners who are absentee.
mhm.
Yeah.
It really makes me angry.
Yeah.
I don't know if you all feel that way, but it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I think because I actually do that job, I feel that, at least for the people we do it, that the lady actually came out and she was crying because she was like, I've just been sick. My husband has been not feeling well and we just haven't been able to do it. And, you know, we're doing it for her. I think the more they see us out there doing this work, they will actually, I'm hoping they'll wake up.
They're not living here.
No, the renters, the renters will.
Yeah.
And I think that we cannot base our actions on what others aren't doing, but what we can do. But I will say, just to this point, that there are, I think, ways to write letters to landowners to, you know, say, we've noticed you haven't taken care of your leaves the
Right.
last 2 years.
Right.
You've got these things to
Right.
deal with. But
What we could do is after you clean up the area,
yeah,
leave a letter saying,
Yes.
hey, I'm a community volunteer in the Brooklyn neighborhood who just spent an hour cleaning up your leaves and your whatever. We would really appreciate it if you could just continue to keep it clean or something to that effect. But in a very nice way. We need someone to write that in a very nice way. Yes. Yeah.
A QR code to our Venmo.
Yeah.
A QR code
Yeah,
to our
yeah.
VAC
We need to
Venmo.
move on. We need to move on.
We will.
Yeah.
We can move that. Let's work
Yeah,
on breaking
yeah.
it down into smaller groups.
Okay, hold on, guys. Hold on. Yeah.
I think we can just send this to some of the smaller groups.
Yes.
Can we convene the meeting?
I just want to make sure that, especially the newer folks, that you heard, one of us say what we're kind of heading up, so that you can be like, well, I don't know where to go.
So
Right.
this particular thread, I think if other
Yes.
people have stuff they want to bring up, that's fine, but I think this
Yeah.
one can like rest.
Yes.
And I hope that in every single way back can be a resource, like
connecting renters with landowners and giving them support and supporting renters who might not be able to do their own cleaning. And I think all those things are true.
Is there another topic we haven't touched on? Okay, let's break out into groups.
Yeah.
BCAT, where do you want to be?
DCAT will be around here. Maybe can you raise your hand if you stood up and you shared about your committees?
Randy is here.
I want to say two other things really quick before we all break out. This is an amazing survey that we put together here in Brooklyn. Southeast Uplift, which is our district coalition, who controls basically 19 neighborhoods of the area of the city of Portland, also put out a district survey. And this survey is going to go directly to our 3 new counselors. And this has a whole bunch of stuff. A lot of that is on here, which is awesome. So if you care, I mean, this is wonderful to do this survey, but I would also highly recommend you do this survey as well. This will have more impact in the city versus just the neighborhood, and also in our neighborhood as well, because this is going to go directly to the city and directly to the counselors. So there's a whole bunch of copies of these. If you need to take one home, take one home. There's QR codes, you can just scan them. But please take this survey. It has to be done by January 31st. Also, the neighborhood who does the most surveys are gonna get like an extra communication funds and stuff put into our neighborhood association. We'll get money from the city, from Southeast Uplift. Yeah. So the neighborhood who has the most will do that. So that's great. Another thing that's up here really quick is there's only a couple copies of these, so just maybe look at them and leave them here. But this is all of the committees in the city council and which council members are on them. So you know which council members is on the transportation committee, which council members are on the governance, which ones are on the public safety, and all the things. We have a council member on every committee except for no one on arts and economy. So that's it.
Okay,
I'm done.
For the people on Zoom, this will conclude our meeting. Thank you very much for joining us. And we will see you hopefully in the next board meeting, which is next
February
12th. And
yeah, you can either come to the board meeting or you can watch Dirty Dancing.
Yeah, or you can, yeah. Anyway, and then the next general board meeting will be in March. All right. Yeah. Thank you very much for attending.
Bye, Zoomers.
Bye, Zoomers.
Bye, Zoomers.